Ciao my friends, welcome to my kitchen. This is where I teach you easy recipes for everyday cooking, and nothing could be more easier than the recipe I'm going to teach you to do today, which is an overnight French toast with blueberries. It's wonderful because you can prepare it the night before and then pop it in the oven the morning of if kids are opening up Christmas presents or whatever it is, and then you got fresh breakfast and you didn't even have to do a thing. So I'm going to teach you how to do this and put this together. Pronto? Allora andiamo a cucinare. So to start, I have an 8x8 pan that I've buttered and greased. There's just 4 in our family, so this is perfect for that. But if you have more, then you might want to double this if you want to do a larger or a deeper dish, like a 9x13. We've got some day-old bread. It's just regular French bread. We want to slice it. You want to make sure you have a serrated knife. Slice it in about 1.5 inch thick slices, and then we want to slice these into cubes, again keeping in the 1.5 inch range. And then the first half of the bread that I sliced, we want to place it into our buttered baking dish. And again, you want to use day-old bread. It's fresh bread will get too soft and it'll be too mushy, so you want some of that moisture to absorb, which will make a much better custard-like texture to your bread, so make sure it's day-old. Now that we have the first layer, we've got about a cup of frozen blueberries. You could use fresh or any kind of fruit you want. I like to sprinkle about half of the blueberries on the first layer. Then I'm going to cut the other half of the bread. So we just want to evenly spread our bread around the second layer, make an even layer, and then top with the rest of the blueberries. Now I like to do it this way because if you mix all the blueberries up, it will actually turn all the bread kind of a purpley color, and I just think it looks better color-wise doing it like this. All right, so now we're going to set that aside while we get our custard ready. Okay, so in a large bowl, we want to crack 4 eggs, and then to that we want to add 1/2 cup of ricotta cheese, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of maple. Now I don't like mine super sweet, so this is good for me, but if you like yours more sweet, you can go ahead and add 1/3 cup of each or 1/2 cup of each, whatever works for you. And then about 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And we want to whisk that together just to break up the eggs and get the ricotta all incorporated before we add our milk. Once it's all incorporated, then we're going to slowly add in the milk and get that all mixed. Now we want to take our custard mixture and just pour it all over this bread. So now at this point, we just want to kind of press everything down just so that custard starts absorbing into all the bread. And at this point, you are done. We're just going to cover this with plastic wrap. And we want to let this sit overnight preferable, but if not, at least 6 hours so that all that custard can soak up in that bread. And we want to refrigerate it, and then I will show you what it looks like when it's done. So now that our French toast has been sitting overnight, one of the things that I like to do before I stick it in the oven is I take a very chilled stick of butter with my grater, and I like to grate some butter on top, and that'll just make the crust even more crispy and golden brown. So you can put on as much as you'd like. I usually do about 1 tablespoon or 2. Anyway, and now it's going to go into a preheated oven of 350 degrees, and it's going to cook for about 45 minutes. You'll notice it'll be nice and golden on top and bubbly on the side, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out and how to serve it. All right, so to serve this up, I've just kind of cut it into some slices here, and I'm going to dollop some whipped cream on each of the pieces. And I like to actually put a little cinnamon sugar on top of the whipped cream. And then of course, if we want to add some maple syrup, we can drizzle some maple syrup on as well. And there you have a beautiful breakfast next day that took very little effort the night before, and it's just popping it in the oven. I would love to know if you love French toast for breakfast. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get more easy recipes from me. And I will see you next time. Ciao, ci vediamo dopo.